Alright, so this week's tournament, tournament number 9, is the first one to give Traitless a separate bracket, which means if you place high in both, you can get double the rewards. Now I personally did pretty good in both my brackets, so I thought I'd show you guys my strategy to help you guys out because this tournament is pretty hard. So hopefully you enjoy the video or find it helpful. If you do, maybe leave a like or subscribe. But anyways, let's get into it. So for the traits enabled mode, here is the team we'll be running. We have Cosmic Arrow as our godly lead, Madoka for the nuke, Wongling for the rewind and reset, Gojo for the nuke and time stops and overall just really good unit, and of course double farm. If you want to take a note of all the souls and stats here, go ahead. Pretty basic stuff on all of them. Pretty straightforward there. And the skill tree, we're going to be running crit and range on everyone. Crit and range, of course, is going to look something like this. And this team is actually really similar to my normal team for everything. Look at that, all we did was swap out the Sunjin move for Madoka. So I'm pretty familiar with how to run this team, and it can get around 1,000 to 1,100 kills depending on if you have Avatar or Glitched. And I'm going to try and not speed up or cut anything in case you want to follow along exactly. So you can just kind of play this video on the side while you do your own tournament run and kind of follow along with what I do. Alright, as we load in here, just a heads up, we have a lot to talk about in the trait mode, so be prepared for fast explanations and keeping up with light speed yapping. But as we load in, run towards the back of the map and look for the bus station with a stop sign next to it. Idol's going down in the middle of this open area, and Robin in wave 2 goes down in her range. So wave 1, Idol, wave 2, Robin. Now wave 3. This depends on your Gojo trait and your luck with the ghostly enemies, because the ghostly enemies can just kind of end your run, which is really annoying. Looks like I didn't get any ghostly enemies until the back here, so we might be fine. But wave 3, I'm going to upgrade my Idol. If you need to, wave 3 you can also place down Gojo. Personally, I like to play greedy. And my Gojo's going down right here on wave 4. And then Garo also goes down with him, somewhere by Idol for his buff. And okay, we do have ghostly enemies leaking here. So again, depends on your luck with the ghostly enemies, your run might look a lot different than mine. If you're going to leak, you can't leak more than 3. If you get down to 1 stock, Madoka changes forms into the witch form, which is really bad for business. But for now, I'm just going to eyeball it. If my Gojo looks like he needs an upgrade, I'll upgrade him. Otherwise, upgrade Idol, and then Robin when you can, with your extra cash. I think by wave 7, we should actually get a free Gojo upgrade for me, because we'll have extra cash after upgrading our farms anyway. So yeah, wave 7 we can upgrade Gojo. And look at this, okay. We have another leak here. We can actually get down to 2 stocks, that's completely fine. But I'm preemptively going to place it on Wongling just in case. If we get anything else leaking here, we'll need to upgrade him. But for now, we're fine. So yeah, right here, we have another leak. We don't get to max out Idol by wave 9, I don't think, because of that ghostly enemy leaking. And upgrade our Immortal King 1 more time, upgrade our Robin 2 more times here. And still max out Idol. Okay, we might be fine. That is why I preemptively placed my Wongling, was to deal with that leaking ghostly enemy. Again, completely RNG if you actually have to deal with that or not. This setup is going to look really rough. It might look really messy compared to what you have to do depending on your luck. Another thing, if this boss rolls regen or ghostly, it might actually be a run ender. Regen, you can see I am still doing enough DPS to kill him personally. If you don't have as good of a Gojo and you're kind of struggling with the damage there, you might just have to reset entirely. If you get ghostly and he TPs across a couple corners, you might have to reset entirely. The boss RNG is crazy on this tournament. This is one of the most RNG tournaments we've ever had, ever. So your run is going to look a lot different than mine, but here still if you want to follow along, this is what I'm doing. Max out our farms by wave 11 or 12, and with Gojo at upgrade 9, this is kind of where we're going to keep him for now because he gets really expensive. We're going to go for Madoka, and I place her down right in the corner, top right corner of this hill here, towards the back of the map if you will, and we're going to try and upgrade her to, I believe, upgrade 9 also, because she becomes full AoE. We want her to get full AoE on upgrade 9 as soon as we can to kill the enemies as fast as we can. We do have a boss here with no modifiers on him. If this guy had regen or ghostly, again, this might be a run ender. So, very RNG tournament, I really hate it. But by wave 15, I max out, or not max out, but get full AoE on Madoka, which is good. Want to get her to upgrade 10, then we stop upgrading Madoka. We can place down Wongling over here now for just his weakened debuff, that's fine. And with Madoka to upgrade 10, it's Gojo's turn. We're going to try and get Gojo to upgrade 11. before we start focusing on Madoka again. Now, okay, we have another boss here with 232 billion. Mine does not have a modifier. If he did have a modifier, if he had Ghostly or Regen, again, you might be screwed over. And even if you can handle him, he's going to mess with your ability timings for sure. Even if you eventually can kill this boss with Regen, he's going to mess up your ability timings with Ghostly or Regen because he needs to be rewinded with Wong Ling at a different time than I'm going to have to. So, right here, just to prepare for if you had bad RNG, I would normally get Wong Ling to like upgrade 9, I believe, when he gets his World Rewind. Keep him at the max of upgrade 11. Do not go past upgrade 11 on Wong Ling. But, pretty much, if this guy has regen, be ready to rewind him. Or if you need to at all, if you don't have enough damage, be ready to rewind him. Otherwise, focus on upgrading Gojo again. Max him out. And as we get into the mid to high 20 waves, we actually want to pay attention to the enemy counter here. If we get above 100 enemies, or if we're about to get above 100 enemies, that is when you kind of plateau and waves stop skipping. So you want to prepare for that by preemptively popping Gojo Nuke at like wave 28 to 29-ish, I think. Somewhere around there. For now, we have Gojo maxed out. We might take down this boss, we might not. We might have to rewind him with Wong Ling. If you have Regen or Ghostly, you definitely need to rewind him with Wong Ling. But again, keep Wong Ling at upgrade 11. You don't want to max him out. You want to keep him at upgrade 11. And now we're going to focus on upgrading our Madoka to max upgrade, just for her personal damage. Because Madoka's personal damage is important. If you had Glitch or Mystical on Madoka or Gojo, you might kind of do better than I do. You can get like 1100 kills instead of just over 1000. But okay. Looks like we do need to pop Rewind on Wong Ling a little bit here, because otherwise we're going to leak to that boss there. So by wave 26 I'm popping that. And I'm going to preemptively pop Gojo Nuke, because as I mentioned with the enemy counter, we're starting to get scarily close to 100, and I don't want that to happen. We're gonna pop our nuke on Gojo, even if it's a little bit early. That's fine. Wipes out a good chunk of enemies there. Now we max out our Madoka. And prepare to max out Garo by I think like wave 32 or 33. For now, just get him to upgrade 3, throw him on Cosmic Mode. And just kind of hold off on upgrading anybody until we get to wave 30s-ish. 31, 32. We're going to actually, by wave 30, make our Gojo target weakest. We want to kill our enemies here as fast as we can. And we do have another boss with 437 billion that doesn't have a modifier, which is really lucky on my behalf. This guy right here, 600 billion, has regen, so he is guaranteed a brick wall. We can't hit him. We've hit a wall in the run. We need to rewind him and keep him on the map as long as possible. Otherwise, we cannot damage check him. So wave 31 here. As you see, we're kind of hitting the enemy limit. I'm going to max out my Garo. We get to wave 32, but just kind of max out Garo. Pop Galactic Destroyer. And we're going to pop Wong Ling Reality Sword, ability resetter, and use Gojo Nuke at the end of wave 32. Whenever we hit the enemy limit of 100, of course. Just be ready to Gojo Nuke around now. If you need to. The reason we didn't Madoka Nuke before Wong Ling reset is because she actually can't have her ability reset. It is permanently on cooldown, regardless of any abilities you use to try and reset it. So, right now, we're chilling, because Wong Ling gives extra damage after the rewind. You can actually max him out here and prepare for the final waves for his own damage here, but okay. As you can see, once again, this guy is unkillable pretty much. We're gonna want to Gojo Nuke when we need to. Right now we're chilling at 5 minutes left with 750 kills, looking like a good run, honestly. I did get lucky with no modifiers on the bosses there. Might as well target weakest on my Garo and Wong Ling as well. Because the bosses here we know aren't going to die. This guy has regen, he's a brick wall. We want to target the enemies here that can actually be killed. So by wave 41, we're starting to climb up in enemy count. I'm just going to preemptively Gojo nuke here. We don't want to touch 100. If we get above 100 enemies, we get the wave freeze thing, we plateau. And we're just going to pop Gojo nuke now, so that doesn't happen. Now, looking like a good run for me. I'm at 850 with 2.5 minutes left. And okay, here we're definitely hitting enemy limit. What we're going to do first is turn auto ability off on Gojo after this time stops running out. And we're going to use Wongling World Rewind here. I'm just going to let him walk backwards for a bit. We're going to wait for Gojo after they start walking again. So Limitless Void here. Gojo back on auto. And it looks like we're getting above the 100 enemies now on wave 44. We're popping You Shall Never Despair if we hit the enemy limit, which for now we're actually fine. But as soon as we start consistently above 100 enemies, we pop that You Shall Never Despair. And we want to probably really lock in here. Right now, we got a minute left. We might want to throw in 1 XP just so you can keep up easier. With a minute left. So, okay. Madoka ability. We're going to pop it whenever we kind of have enemies stop spawning in. There we go. You Shall Never Despair is being popped. We get up to 990 kills. It's looking pretty good. We're going to keep waiting it out. Hopefully these guys get time stopped one more time. Yeah, these guys will. And we should get a couple more kills from just our unit damage. And we also have Wongling we can pop for the Immortal Erase Existence thing, the 30 guaranteed kills there. So prepare for that by the end of the round, whenever these bosses might leak or something. Or whenever you're running out of time. Just be ready to Wongling nuke whenever you can. Right here. So boom. And then Garo, Galactic Destroyer, Mode Swap, Baldy, Serious Punch. And with that combination, we got up to 1056. So there we go. Pretty good run. So that was the trait mode run. With better luck on enemy modifiers or better traits on your Gojo and Madoka, you can probably get closer to 1100. Like these people in my bracket are getting 1080s. So it does depend on a little bit of your luck there. Moving on to the traitless bracket. I'm currently top of mind with 926, but I do think my team can get anywhere from the mid 930s to low 940s, I think. But anyway, we're running a Goku lead. We have him on Baldy Soul, we have Benimaru on Brute Force, Aizen on Idol Soul, Gojo on Rapid Recovery, and of course double farm with Yojin instead of Robin because Yojin is better in Traitless. We do have different skill trees on pretty much everyone, so every damage unit except for Gojo is now running a damage SPA skill tree. We're just going to start off on the left, go through the middle, and then end on the right. And then Gojo is the only unit with the same skill tree. We have him running crit and range still because we want more range on his bubble. With all that prep talk out of the way, let's go try out this team and try and get to 930 to 940. Okay, as we load into traitless mode here, just a heads up, we have to play a lot more defensive than we did in trait mode because without our traits, our units are much weaker, and we really struggle to deal with some modifiers if we get unlucky, like ghostly enemies in the early waves and ghostly bosses in general, any wave. They can end our runs, so we gotta be careful. So Idol's going down. Over by this cardboard box this time, a little bit further back than last time. I like to set up over here. Some people even like to set up at the very back of the map, but I'm gonna put my Idol down here. Wave 2, throw down Yojin in her range. And then wave 3, we have our Benimaru. We're gonna throw him down on this hill inside Idol's range. Make sure she's getting that cash increase from having a unit in her range. Always throw stuff in Idol's range. And then wave 4, we're gonna throw down our Aizen, because he's gonna be a pretty significant damage buffer for our Benimaru here. So right now, we don't have any TPing ghostlies. We might have one, yep, but he does die to Black Flame, there we go. Looks like we're kind of chilling for now. Next wave, I want to go for an upgrade on our Benimaru, so he does even more damage to the early waves here. You gotta play really comfortable in traitless mode because you are much weaker. We're gonna go for, I guess, another Aizen in this corner, and then upgrade Yojin with our remaining cash. If we can, before the next wave. Looks like, okay, we might not, yeah. We'll go for Gojo on wave 7, so Gojo goes right here. And looks like even with pretty high amount of ghostly enemies, we only got one leak, which is pretty good. Spend our remaining cash this wave on Yojin, and then one upgrade on Idol on wave 8. So we did have one leak out of all that, but out of all the ghostly enemies we had, it was pretty good. And now we have actually a damage buff for Goku if you throw him down, because the way Goku works is for every missing stock he gains 10% damage, so okay. We have Goku down now. We want to upgrade our Gojo, make sure we have more damage from him. And we do have regen on this boss, which is really unlucky and might be a run ender. I'm going to upgrade my idol on wave 10. We'll see what happens here. If we get lucky with Gojo crits, we might be fine. With his like critting passive thing. Otherwise, we might be done for. I'm going to upgrade my Goku here because he's closer on the end to deal with that. Same with my Benimaru. And we melted down. Okay, we do take care of a regen boss there. That's why we had to play a lot more defensive, was just spamming down units before we farm up. We can't really play greedy and Traitless because we don't have the damage to deal with stuff. But upgrading my farms now. Wave 12, got my idol upgraded and my Yojin upgraded. And remaining cash here, if you have just a couple thousand lingering, you can throw down extra Benimaru to apply Sunburn throughout the track. So Benimaru here and Benimaru here. And now we upgrade my idol. Keep farming up for a little bit. Idol now on upgrade 5 by wave 14. How much HP we got? 4.21 billion. Does he have regen? He does not. Okay, so we should be fine on this boss actually. We're gonna max out our idols for our concert buff on auto and start upgrading our Gojo. We want to get him to his time stop ability and full AoE damage. So wave 15 right now. We're saving up for blue spiral. We just got our idol maxed out and on auto ability. So Gojo upgrade, use his time stop, there we go. And upgrade Goku a bunch to deal with the boss leaking there. We have a couple ghostly leaks, but we should be fine. We tank that. Goku's damage will actually go up from that. And we kill stuff even faster now. Extra cash we'll spend on Yojin. Max him out on wave 17, there we go. And we want to get Goku to upgrade 7 for Supreme Kamehameha. So wave 18 we'll probably buy that. There we go. Now Gojo, let's upgrade a little bit for his full AoE damage there. And make sure you throw his ability on auto. Now one of our Aizens, we do want to try and get full AoE for pressure. So I'm going to go and do that real quick. I'm going to start upgrading him to 5 dragons here. It's going to be a pretty expensive investment, but definitely worth the cash. Get him to the 5 dragons upgrade there, full AoE pressure. And this boss does not have regen, so we're good enough to kill it. That's fine. With both our farms maxed out, we have Gojo at upgrade 6, Goku at upgrade 7, and then Aizen at upgrade 6. We're going to start upgrading a Benimaru. I want to get one Benimaru to his circle AoE there. And if we can, we want to actually get him to, I think, upgrade 10, where he gains Amaterasu. That's a really huge damage increase for him. So we want to get that if we can. There we go, Amaterasu on Benimaru. Now we can start upgrading our Goku again a little bit for his personal damage as well. We want to try and get Goku to max upgrade eventually for his nuke, but see when we end up doing that. Okay, we don't have regen on this boss or ghostly, we should be fine. Getting pretty lucky here with not rolling evil modifiers on the bosses. Here we got Goku to upgrade 11. We're handling the enemy so far, doing pretty good damage here. We have good DPS output between Benimaru and Goku. Right now I'm just going to save up for maxing out Goku because we do want to get him access to his nuke. At bare minimum we want to have that by the end of the match, so I'm going to try and get that out of the way right now. We don't have regen on this guy either. Okay, I'm getting really lucky with not getting evil modifiers on the bosses. This is exactly what you want, because if you were to roll regen or ghostly, the run is kind of over. So Goku currently at upgrade 12. We don't really have enough money to max him out right now, so just gonna keep saving up here. Just for now, because we should have enough DPS to kill this guy anyway. Yep, okay, now we're gonna max out our Goku by wave 32, I believe. And that's gonna unlock the final spiritual bomb, which we're gonna save until towards the end of the run. There's gonna be a nuke that you want to spam click, and it does a bunch of damage. Should be a map wipe, usually. Now that we have Goku maxed out, we're just gonna go back to upgrading Gojo. A little bit of extra damage from him. And we could max out one of our Aizens for his abilities, they're not too bad. Looks like we do have regen on that boss, which is gonna be a run ender for sure, so we might get cut short by that. But we upgrade our Aizen here, upgrade 7, he gains Hado 90, we're gonna use that. Might as well throw it in auto there. Yeah, I really hate how RNG this tournament is because, like, now that I've reached on a boss, the run is pretty much over now. I just can't get past that. Let me see if I can maybe Gojo nuke it by the time that rolls around, but it's gonna be rough. We are kind of damaging it. I'm going to upgrade my Gojo here for more DPS. We'll see if we can maybe take it down through the regen, but I don't think we can. Which means I might have to Goku nuke a little bit early. Yeah, I hate how RNG this tournament is, man. It's really, really annoying, but okay. This boss is going through. I think we're going to have to pop Goku nuke here. See if we can get like one more wave. If we can squeeze out one more time stop on Gojo. There we go, yeah. So when all these are spawned in, I got a nuke here on this wave, which is earlier than I would have hoped to. If we could have killed this guy, we could have made a lot more happen with this nuke, but alright. We're gonna have to use it there. There we go, map wipe, we're at 864. And yeah, that's really, like, it's really unfortunate how RNG this tournament is, because this is an example of a bad run, a cooked run, because we got a regen boss way too early. And that was with, like, already pretty good luck of not rolling regen on another boss before then. I think that if you roll Ghostly or regen on a boss, you really don't have enough DPS to kill it without traits. By the way, we're maxing out Aizen now for Kurohitsugo, but probably ending on maybe low 900s if we get a couple more kills out here. Maybe even, I'm gonna sell somebody for Goku nuke. If we can buy Goku nukes, that'd be huge, so I'm just gonna sell Benimaru, I guess. Or Gojo nuke, sorry. So Gojo nuke one final time, maybe get us over 900. And we'll see what we end up on. 991 actually, hold on. Maybe that was the method? Even with bad luck with the regen, we have 991 now. I'm on Traitless mode, that's actually a pretty good run then, hold on. Secret meta? Well, okay. I don't really know what I just did there. Well, I think that's going to be all for the video. Those were the strategies I used for both brackets of tournament number 9. It helped me get pretty good placement in both of them. Even if some parts were kind of scuffed and hard to follow, I still hope it helped you too. Also, there's a bug going around right now where you might just lose points in the tournament for whatever reason. Remember, I was at like 1060 or 1050 something, now I'm at 995. I don't know, be careful of that. Anyways, thank you to my channel members for making this video possible. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day.